Alright guys, well as you know, my name is William Wolfgang Manziano Brower. Well, that's my full name anyways. Alright, so with a little backstory first. My grandparents moved from England, or Italy, to the USA. And, you know, to get away from the Second World War, I believe. And so they had a baby, which was my mom. There she is. So I had no choice but to live in New Jersey. They all moved over here. One big happy family. And then, one day, my mom moved to Italy for college because she wanted to become a veterinarian. Yeah, because her father was a veterinarian. He actually owned his own business over here. Yay! College. So she moved back here to New Jersey after 11 years. And yeah. My mom met my dad. Back then I assume he was good looking, so I'll put hair on him. So they met. Hi. Boy went out and had... Well, I was sort of chubby, so me, there's me. They had me. Will. And officially my mom wanted to be Will Manziano. And then my dad wanted Will Brower. I chose Brower because it was short and simple, so I'm Will Brower. And I was born November 6, 1994. So my mom bought her dad's old clinic, I think it was, and my dad was a carpenter, so he helped build the animal clinic. Well, not the clinic downstairs where all the people are, but upstairs where my bedroom is and where we were living. You know, here's a little TV right there. And yeah, so he was good at that. We moved in to the animal clinic. And we lived there for a good amount of 5 or so years before we moved to this lake house. It was small but simple. So, yeah, but we still had the clinic. My mom still went to work. And me and my dad used to hang out, you know, play some ball or something. I had no idea how to play ball back then, but he tossed it around and I chased after it. And yeah. So then, after a while, my parents got into a little fight. My dad sort of got the beer out, you know how good that is for you, and he smoked. So, pretty much, my mom was like, I think we have to, you know, take a break for a while. I was just in the corner there, and they were fighting, yelling, screaming, bombing. No, nothing. But it sounded like that, so my mom, after like 5 years of anger, got a divorce. So that marriage ended. So he moved out with a little suitcase. He moved out, packed his bags, and went away. And after a while, that little house on the lake got bulldozed. So yeah, we moved back into the clinic. Animal clinic, taking care of the puppies and cats. There's my version of a dog. And, yeah, I helped out as I got a little older, like, well, I was around 6 at this point, 5 or 6. But guess what happened? One day when we were working at the animal clinic, a lovely family came in to say hi, to take their dog to the vet, and this is Will Lackett. And my mom was like, "Oh, you have a son too? Well, he should go in the backyard to play with my son." So they send him off into the backyard. And eventually, we started to, get on, and we liked each other, and we had a fun time. So, then after that, Will was gone for a good amount of, I'd say, 6 years. So, me and my mom started, moving around a lot, and my mom found another guy. I was just a little chubby baby in the background. He actually played video games with me. So, yeah. And my mom was like, "Don't show him bad TV shows," and he'd let me watch Family Guy and whatnot. It was fun. I was like, I think, 8 or 9 at this point. So, yeah. He was big, ball-headed fun. But then he had a drinking problem. He wasn't like a mean drunk. He was like a fun drunk, but he kept on losing his job, so my mom was like, "Nope, not doing that again." So they broke up. And yeah, when I was around, 9 or something, I would say, or 10, my grandparents were very sick, and they passed away. So my grandma, I was kind of an asshole, really didn't find me very nice. And my grandpa liked me because I was trying to do a little better, I noticed. So yeah, they both died at ages, my grandma was 76, and then my grandpa just couldn't take it anymore. He was he was 89. So that was a big difference apart, around almost 10 years apart from each other. So yeah, my dad's grandparents are still running around outside. I don't know how they do it. I don't know. I never really saw them, so I didn't know what to feel. So back to my dad. I used to hang out with him on the holidays. Guess what? And he got a new lady friend. Now normally when you have a new girlfriend that one of your parents have, that your parent has a new girlfriend, you tend to think like, God, now I have to deal with this. But she was actually really nice. She smiled, and my dad was actually getting a lot better. He taught me how to play golf. I really liked that. And yeah, it was kind of fun actually to hang out with them. And of course, there were my cousins who played games. I used to visit them when I visited my dad. And yeah, it was kind of fun actually. He didn't smoke as much. He still drank, so I'll put a little bottle of beer in that hand. He was still kind of shouty, but not as much. Christmas and New Year's, here's a present. Yeah, that was that. When I'm not on the holidays with my dad, I'm home with my mom, and we got ourselves my first dog. And his name is Harry. Got him in 2006 or something. I was really happy, my first dog. Yay, now I get to brag to my friends that I have a dog. And, yeah, take care of him, and my mom met another boyfriend after a few years. He had a son, kind of looked a bit emo-ish with the hair, and a sister. Well, his son had a sister. So I hung out with them for a while. It was kind of fun. We went skiing and snowboarding. There, I have a snowboard right there. And it was a lot of fun. They were nice. And guess who came around again? Blackett. He gained a little weight. So yeah, here's Will and me hitting puberty. And we're in high school or middle school, around there. And we went to my mom's beach house. We lived there for a while, you know, during the summer. And yeah, my mom had another breakup. My mom's just not good with boyfriends. She's a fine person, but not good with boyfriends. Yeah, so breakup again. So he went off. I lost contact with Shane. We didn't really go snowboarding that much either. So, yeah. So I was basically just hanging out with me and Will. Then at age 13, I had this Peter Parker moment. Everything was just going downhill. My mom just told me that my uncle was sick. And he was on the verge of dying because he had a brain tumor. A brain tumor is like this weird thing in your brain that just keeps growing. And yeah, he was basically a walking zombie at that point. So my uncle died as well. So I was like, what is up with my family? But then eventually I got over it the next year, and I just gotta keep on living. Will and I thought it would be a good idea to take out our webcam and discover a thing called YouTube. Now, our first video was random, it was all improv, and it is still on YouTube. I can put the link in the description below for you to view our first ever YouTube video. I was really chubby, and I had really long hair. So yeah, and he was the skinny one. Times change. We started watching stupid Mario Brothers on the Retelverse channel. Now these were live action Mario parodies. Mario and Luigi. So we were like, you know what, if these guys can do it, I was like, why not us? I mean, I'm the chubby one, and I have the hair, and Will's the skinny one, and he could be Luigi. So we got out the laptop and we recorded a improv episode of live action Mario. After a while, I started to become upset. I was like chubby, trying to lose weight, so I just became like a TV couch. Didn't really do anything but that. So my mom was like, hey son, you know, there's this cool summer camp you should go to, you know, lose weight. And I was like, rejecting it completely. But I want to stay here and do YouTube stuff. You can do that later, William. Go lose weight first. I'm like, eventually I caved in. So, yeah, for 3 months, I think of it as purgatory, but it was hot, with cactus. And it's like the camp counselor, sheriff badge, and all these, you know, kids who not were fat but who didn't really behave. You know, I was one of them. But, yeah, we had to, you know, hike up mountains and, you know, say hi to nature. I hated that when I was younger. Oh my god. But, you know, after 3 months, I went from extremely ugly this to nice stick figure there. Hello to this. When I got back to New Jersey, my mom was really proud of me, and I started taking interest in girls. So I'm like, hey mom, I'm interested in women. She's like, I knew it. So yeah, I figured out I am straight. So yeah, now that I know I'm straight, I started checking out girls on the internet, of course. Who doesn't at that age? So I didn't know how to talk to girls. I was very shy. When girls walked by, they usually just went, talk to the hand. You know, that old trick. So I was like, you know, upset. So I didn't really bother with girls. I just wanted to make YouTube videos. And we still used my laptop. Will carried that around as a camera. And at one point I was dressed up as Mario. But then I was skinny, so people are like, why are you Mario if you're skinny? Well, watch our previous video. That was before I lost the weight. So yeah, we started a series called Young Mario Brothers. That was before we learned how to film professionally. And it was just me, Will, and his little brother, Jimmy, who did absolutely nothing but say one-liners because he was busy playing video games. In high school, I was kind of a downer. Even though I looked a little better, I was still kind of a downer. And, I used to get picked on a lot. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I just, like, stayed on my own in the back of the class here. In the shadows. Yeah, high school wasn't the best. I started taking karate. Again. I used to take karate, but I stopped after a while, then I took it, I think, once more. And I was trained for a little bit. But, you know, my mom wanted me to defend myself, so she's like, yay, taking pictures. And yeah, that lasted a while. I got a belt, and a few belts actually. I'm actually a blue belt. Blue belt in karate. This was still before abs. I didn't have abs yet, so I still don't really have like a 2-pack. But, back in high school, these are these bullies, you see. And the bullies sort of started to beat me up physically. So I got a few bruises here and there, not noticeable ones. I didn't really tell anyone. Okay, so one day, when I was walking to my aunt's house by the beach, I got off my bicycle because I was lost and started to look around for directions. So I met up with these two fine people here, and one didn't look very nice, and the other one had a knife in his hand. So I was like, I'm just gonna turn that way. I was also carrying a backpack. So they were like, what's in the bag? We want the money. So this was actually really scary for me. I started being like, there's nothing in the backpack. They're like, yeah, right, so they start to move closer, and so then I suddenly swung the backpack at him, because I think I knew he wanted to take my backpack, and I really only had like $10 in it. So, the guy with the knife, I hit him, he flew back, and then the other guy was just like trying to catch up to me. I started running away. I still had my backpack. The other guy was like on the ground back there, so he started chasing after me. The other guy grabbed his knife, and I ran like hell. I actually hid behind this building I found, so he was like, where did he go? I felt like a badass superhero at one point, and at another point I felt like, holy crap, that really just happened. So I made it home. And that was that day. My first mugging. But I got away, I'm alive still. And I got my backpack. Bruised up a few notches in high school. I started lifting weights. I don't know if that's how you draw abs, but I started lifting weights to, you know, get some revenge. And then, basically, I met up with Lackett again. He was really chubby. And we got our first video camera. Yeah, you see, that's a camera. And we started doing a lot of sketches on YouTube. Me, him, and his little brother, who was still only in the background playing video games the whole time. We were either outside filming Mario, and that was basically our lives. So yeah, during the end of high school, I started to make friends with a smile on my face. The bullies actually apologized. Sorry for freshman year. And I was happy about that. So yeah, they let me into their group, and girls started saying hi to me. Hi. That's when I realized, yep, I'm hella straight. So high school was fixed. I was happy now, so now Lackett started to get new friends as well. Ryan. Now he played Bowser in our old series because he loved the Joker, so he wanted to do face paint and makeup stuff for our show. Will, me, and our arch nemesis Bowser. So yeah, we were filming and stuff. We finally got ourselves on a tripod. A new tripod, our old one broke. So yeah. And it was born again. We finally got into HD videos. So now we were getting professional. So after a few years of filming, I found my first official girlfriend, and her family really liked me. She had a little brother who I always used to, like, you know, give piggyback rides to, and we were fun. We were happy for about 9 months. 9 months, I'd say, until she was like, maybe I like this other guy. So that didn't last very long. Well, it did. It was, I think, my longest relationship. But she enjoyed someone else who likes guitars and bad boys. But we still hang out, which is funny. So now we have me, Lackett, Ryan, Michaela, who was not so happy now because her boyfriend was kind of an asshole at the start, but Adam came along, who always wore this black hat, and was always pissed off at something, and he smoked everywhere. It really reminded me of my dad. Like, I don't get that relationship. How does that make love? So, yeah. And it was one big cast. Even though me and Lackett were always happy. Not to say our friends were always happy. Drama. But before that, let me tell you some stories. I was originally a Catholic. My mom is still doing fine, and my aunt was extremely Catholic. She didn't really like me at first because I was sort of an asshole. So, before I aged, we always used to go to church, you know, and have, you know, breakfast or something afterwards. But after a while, I was like, how is this possible? How is this God even possible? There's one man up in the sky controlling us. I don't think so. Lackett was gay. So one of my best friends was gay, and I've read the Bible, and it's not too fond of the gay people. So I was a bit, like, worried for him at first, but then I was like, you know what? He didn't choose this path. It's not choosable. So, I said, screw Catholic. I am agnostic. I don't know what I believe in. So, I just believe in what I see, basically. I have seen crazy stuff at graveyards, so yeah, there's that. But I know there's something out there, but I just don't know what it is, so I'm agnostic. I'm not Catholic anymore because, like you said, like I said before, I like to be realistic, but I actually have proof. You see, back when I was sad, I used to pray, you know, in high school, that my dad would come back, and he never did. And then there's this girl that I really liked, so I prayed that we would get together, but she has a boyfriend, so that didn't work out. YouTube was my life, because I graduated high school with flying colors. So I tossed up the old hat and moved on to community college. For YouTube, we wanted to do some casting, so we went to the mall. Hot Topic, which is where we met all of our recent friends, I think, including the AMC movie theaters. So yeah, we met the mall people. We call them the mall rats. So at the mall, I did meet one of Will's other friends. Will started smoking now. So he was like, yo man, these people are doing it. I should do it. So yeah, we met Alan. I don't know why I drew a smile on his face. He was always sad and sticking up his middle finger, so There. Sad. So, Alan we met at the mall, along with... Sean was this really skinny guy who always wore a backwards hat. And, he was basically a big video game buff, so... Me and Sean... used to play tons of video games. So we made Let's Plays, so we got the camera out, and yeah. Meanwhile, like it was with Alan, and Alan is like that because he knows karate and he was our original choreographer for our YouTube. So yeah, basically he taught us how to do fight scenes, and he was just there to film. And for a while, it was just me, Will, and Alan just doing fight scenes. And he was Ness, and he was also a smoker, so there you go. There's a black eye on set from Alan's, kick moves and punches. After we made YouTube success, we got views and subscribers and followers and friends. We also got reviews of our YouTube skits, and we turned them into movies. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. Drama. Alan was always upset about something that Michaela said. And Michaela was upset about something that Adam said to her. And Sean and I and Lackett were just playing video games in the other rooms most of the time. So yeah, that was our life after YouTube, after our show ended. And then we decided to bring them all back for one final season. And during that final season, I met someone. And me and her got on for a few months, so had a new girlfriend. I'm not gonna really count 2 girlfriends I had in high school because I dated them for a short amount of time. One was a week and one was a month and a half, I think. But yeah, I still see them, they're very fine. Yeah, another relationship for, I think, 8 months? No, 6 months. And I didn't really like her that much at first, so I ended it. I know that's sort of cruel, because with guys, it looks like I'm the bad guy, but when girls break up with guys, they're like, oh, I feel sorry for you, give me a hug. So, yeah, I broke up with her, and then we moved to Florida. For college. Full Sail University. Me and Lackett were finally moving away from all the drama, and here there was absolutely no drama. No drama. Lackett was recently getting over a breakup. Not from Alan, from another one. So, yeah, he started to go crazy with, drinking and stuff. Smoking a joint. And I was like, just in my room trying to go to sleep. But after a while, he eventually... Lackett quit smoking, and his hair started to grow a lot. So me and Will went to college the first day. We met Patrick, who is now Toad, so I'll give him a hat. And we met Giacomo, who loved rock and roll and had that really long rock and roll hair. So yeah, we met Patrick and Giacomo, at college. On the first day, orientation day. So now it's us four with a camera. And we told them about a Mario show we did. Now I had an idea for a new one. So now it's basically just the four of us creating YouTube videos. In Full Sail University College. Well, that was most of my life story. So now me and Will are in Florida. With everything going great with college and YouTube. We both have new relationships. And yeah, I have a great girlfriend. She's actually writing for our show sometimes. It's hilarious and awesome. And yeah, life is good.